Ryan had never seen a sky like this. On the planet Viralaya, the sky shimmered with two suns, one gold and one silver. The air smelled sweet, like flowers mixed with metal, and soft winds carried strange, musical tones. Ryan stepped carefully on the smooth ground, feeling the vibration of the city beneath his boots. He had come as a human ambassador, sent to observe and learn, but nothing had prepared him for this. The city stretched high into the clouds, with towers of crystal and steel shining in the sunlight. Strange vehicles hovered above the streets, moving without sound. The Viralians themselves were taller than humans, with long limbs and skin that glowed faintly in the sun. Their eyes were bright, reflecting intelligence and curiosity. Ryan could feel every pair of eyes on him as he walked through the main plaza. He felt small, but he refused to show fear. He had one task: reach the royal palace. The palace was said to be the most beautiful structure on Viralaya. Its walls shimmered like liquid glass, and gardens floated above terraces, filled with plants that seemed alive. Ryan walked along a wide bridge that led to the entrance. The guards nodded politely, but their calm strength reminded him that this was not Earth. Inside, the palace was even more incredible. Light bounced off every surface, creating a rainbow of colors. The walls were lined with portraits of Viralian leaders, their faces serene and proud. Ryan's footsteps echoed, yet he felt no fear. He had faced danger in space before, but something about this palace made him hold his breath. Then he saw her. Princess Arya. She stood near a window, looking out at the city. Her hair flowed like liquid silver, and her eyes were the color of the golden sun. She was taller than Ryan, but her presence was gentle and commanding at the same time. She turned slightly, sensing him, and their eyes met. For a moment, the noise of the palace disappeared. Ryan's heart raced, but he tried to keep his expression calm. "Welcome, Ryan," said a soft, musical voice. He jumped slightly at first but quickly realized it was Arya. She stepped closer, and he noticed her hands, delicate and elegant, moving with a grace he had never seen. Thank you, Princess," Ryan said, bowing slightly. He had learned the basic customs, but his human gestures felt awkward in comparison to her natural elegance. Arya smiled gently. "Do not worry. Humans are not Viralians, and that is good. We can learn from each other." Ryan felt a warmth he could not explain. He nodded, trying not to stare, though it was hard to look away. "I hope I can serve your people in the right way," he said. "You already do," Arya replied. "By coming here, by being open, you show respect. That is more than many could do." Ryan felt a small spark of pride. He had trained for years to represent Earth, but no training could prepare him for the feeling of being seen like this. He wanted to speak more, to tell her he admired her, but he only managed a quiet, "I hope I can learn quickly." Arya's smile grew, and she turned to gesture toward the gardens. "Then let us walk. There is much to see, and I will show you things few humans ever witness." They stepped into the gardens, and Ryan felt as if he had entered another world. Plants with translucent leaves glowed softly, and small creatures darted between the flowers. The air hummed with life, and Ryan felt his tension ease. Arya walked beside him, pointing out interesting plants and explaining their uses. Her voice was calm and thoughtful, and every word she spoke seemed to carry meaning. As they moved, Ryan found himself speaking more easily. He told her about Earth, about cities and oceans, and about the humans who dreamed of space. Arya listened carefully, asking questions, sometimes tilting her head in curiosity. Ryan realized that he had never met anyone who truly listened the way she did. At one point, they reached a floating terrace with a view of the city below. Ryan looked down at the streets and hovering vehicles, feeling small but excited. Arya stood next to him, and for a moment, their silence said more than words. Ryan's heart beat faster. He whispered softly to himself, almost like a secret, "I wish I could marry her." Arya turned slightly, and he caught a flicker of surprise in her golden eyes. She did not speak, but she smiled, and Ryan felt a strange sense of hope. Something told him that this meeting was the beginning of more than a diplomatic mission. Something about Arya, about Viralaya, would change his life forever. The suns dipped slightly, casting long shadows over the terrace. Ryan and Arya continued walking, sharing stories and learning from each other, unaware of how the world around them was already beginning to shift. The next day, Ryan prepared himself for the royal banquet. The palace halls were grand and filled with light. Crystals on the walls reflected every color, and soft music played, unlike anything on earth. Ryan adjusted his uniform nervously. He had trained for diplomacy, but this felt different. Every step echoed, reminding him how small he felt among the Viralians. Princess Arya entered the hall, her presence commanding attention without effort. Her silver hair shimmered in the light, and her golden eyes scanned the room with calm curiosity. She noticed Ryan standing near the entrance and walked toward him with a gentle, confident stride. "Ryan," she said, her voice warm. "I am glad you joined us today." "I am honored, Princess," Ryan replied, bowing slightly. He felt awkward in his movements, but she did not seem to mind. Her smile reassured him, making him feel more confident. The banquet was filled with Viralians of all ranks. Ryan tried to observe quietly, learning their customs. The Viralians ate differently than humans, consuming nutrients in small, glowing capsules rather than traditional meals. They communicated often through gestures and expressions, not only words. Ryan found it fascinating and tried to imitate some gestures, though not perfectly. He noticed Arya watching him with interest, as if she enjoyed his effort. As the evening continued, Arya invited Ryan to walk with her in a quiet corridor overlooking the city. The balcony stretched high above the streets, and Ryan could see the glowing vehicles moving below like rivers of light. The two suns hung low in the sky, casting golden and silver reflections on the palace walls. "Your world is very different from Viralaya," Arya said, her eyes curious. "I have seen some humans in history books, but nothing compares to meeting one in person." Ryan nodded. "It is different. Earth is full of oceans and forests, mountains and deserts. We have cities, but we are still learning about the stars, just like you are learning about us." Arya tilted her head. "I find humans interesting. You are smaller and weaker, yet you survive in many ways. You adapt quickly. That is admirable." Ryan felt a small surge of pride. "We have to adapt. We do not always have the technology of other species. Our strength comes from our mind and courage." Arya smiled. "Yes, I can see that. Your courage today, in the palace gardens, was unusual for a visitor. Many would have feared the unknown. You faced it with calm, even curiosity." Ryan's heart skipped a beat. He had not expected such praise. He looked at Arya and said quietly, "I hope I can learn more from you, Princess. Not just about your world, but about your people." Arya's smile deepened. "Then you must be patient. Learning takes time, and understanding takes trust." They continued walking, speaking of many things. Ryan described the oceans of Earth, the colors of forests, and the sound of rain falling on mountains. Arya listened carefully, asking questions about human life and culture. She explained the customs of Viralaya, from the floating gardens to the laws that protected the planet's citizens. Ryan realized that she was not only beautiful but wise and thoughtful. As they spoke, Ryan felt a connection growing. He could see the intelligence and kindness in her eyes. He wanted to tell her how he felt, but he held back, knowing the importance of respect. Still, the thought of her remained in his mind. He remembered the words he whispered yesterday, and a small smile appeared. Arya paused at a balcony railing and looked at the city below. You are different from what I expected, Ryan. Many humans come with pride or fear, but you carry respect and curiosity. That is rare. Ryan felt a warmth in his chest. I only want to do what is right. Your people deserve respect, and your world is incredible. I hope I can contribute in some way. Arya's eyes softened. You already have. By showing care and honesty, you show more than words can say. That is important to us. For a moment, silence passed between them. The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the palace walls. Ryan looked at her and whispered softly to himself, I wish I could be closer to her. Arya turned slightly, catching the words. She did not speak, but her golden eyes lingered on him longer than before. A small, knowing smile touched her lips, and Ryan felt a strange mixture of hope and nervousness. The evening ended, but neither of them left the memory behind. As Ryan returned to his quarters, he thought of the princess, her kindness, and her curiosity. He realized that this meeting was only the beginning of something larger than diplomacy. Something personal, something that might change both their worlds. That night, Ryan could not sleep. The lights of Viralia shone through his window, and he thought of the princess walking beside him. The connection he felt was strong, unlike anything he had experienced before. He wondered if she thought the same way. The thought made him both anxious and hopeful, and he resolved to learn more, not just as a human ambassador, but as someone who wished to understand her heart. The stars above Earth felt far away, but here on Viralia, Ryan discovered something new, a hope that humans and aliens could not only work together but also connect in ways neither world had imagined. The next morning, Viralia's sky glowed with soft gold and silver light. Ryan stood on the palace terrace, practicing some greetings and gestures he had learned from Arya the night before. He hoped to show respect to the Viralian Council later that day. He was confident, but a quiet tension lingered. Suddenly, alarms echoed through the palace. Ryan's heart jumped. Guards rushed past him, and Viralian citizens looked toward the skies. What is happening? He asked one of the nearby guards. Rogue forces from the outer colonies, the guard replied. They attacked the outskirts. The palace may be targeted. Ryan felt a surge of adrenaline. He had trained for dangerous missions, but this was different. This was not an exercise. He ran toward the palace interior, where Princess Arya was already preparing for the defense. Her calm composure amazed him. She gave instructions to her guards with precise gestures, and they moved as one. Ryan, she said, seeing him, you must help. Humans think differently in danger. You can provide insight we do not have. I will do my best, Ryan replied. They moved quickly to the control center. The walls were lined with holographic screens showing the city's defenses and the approaching enemy ships. Ryan studied the formations. He noticed a weakness in the defense pattern, a small blind spot where the rogue forces could enter. Here, he said, pointing to the screen. If they attack from this angle, they might breach the perimeter. I can suggest a maneuver. Arya nodded. Do it. We will follow your plan. Ryan quickly explained a diversion using the city's aerial vehicles and energy barriers. The Viralians adapted his idea, and soon the defense system hummed with coordinated movement. Arya watched closely, giving orders in her precise, calm voice, adjusting the plan where needed. As the rogue ships approached, Ryan felt a mix of fear and determination. He had faced battles in simulations before, but this was real. He saw Arya's eyes, focused and confident. He realized that bravery was not the absence of fear but the choice to act despite it. The first wave of ships reached the city. Energy beams flashed across the sky, meeting the attackers with force. The diversion worked perfectly. Rogue ships were redirected into a safe zone where the Viralian fleet could capture them. Ryan's human tactics and Arya's leadership combined effectively, showing the strengths of both species. Amid the chaos, Arya moved closer to Ryan. "Stay with me," she said. "We will watch the next wave together." Ryan nodded. He noticed how calm she remained even as explosions lit the sky. Her presence inspired him, and he realized that courage could be shared. Together, they directed the defense, giving clear instructions and adjusting strategies as needed. After several tense minutes, the final ships retreated. The rogue force had failed, and the city remained safe. Citizens cheered from below, and the guards returned to their stations, tired but victorious. Ryan wiped his brow, feeling both relief and pride. Arya turned to him, her golden eyes reflecting the setting suns. "You did well, Ryan," she said. "Your idea saved lives. You are brave and clever. Humans have qualities that are valuable to Viralaya." Ryan felt warmth in his chest. He wanted to tell her how much he admired her courage, but he only managed a quiet, "Thank you, Princess. I could not have done it without you." Arya smiled, a rare softness in her expression. "Perhaps courage is stronger when shared," she said. Ryan realized she was right. Their teamwork had worked not because of one person, but because they trusted and respected each other. He looked at her and felt a deeper connection than before. Later, in the palace gardens, they walked among the glowing plants, the city safe below them. The air was calm now, carrying the soft hum of nature. Ryan spoke quietly, "I never imagined I could face danger and feel this connection. It is different from Earth." Arya tilted her head. "Viralaya is different, yes. But it is not only the place. It is the people you meet. And sometimes, it is the bonds you create in times of challenge that reveal who you are." Ryan's mind wandered back to the words he had whispered earlier, the ones Arya might have heard. He felt hope and nervousness at the same time. Perhaps, just perhaps, this was a beginning of something more than duty or diplomacy. The suns dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in gold and silver streaks. Ryan and Arya stood together, watching the peaceful city. The battle had tested them, shown their strengths, and created a trust that could not be broken by distance or fear. Ryan knew that tomorrow would bring new challenges, and he hoped that whatever came next, he would face it with Arya at his side. In that moment, he understood something important: humans were capable not only of survival but of building connections across worlds, inspiring courage and showing that even the smallest species could make a difference. The battle was over, and the palace was calm again. Ryan walked through the gardens, feeling the soft glow of the floating plants on his face. The city below was peaceful, and the air carried a gentle hum of life. He had helped defend Viralaya, but his thoughts were not only on the victory. They were on Princess Arya. He found her standing near a small fountain, her reflection shimmering in the water. She seemed lost in thought, yet she noticed him approaching. Her eyes, golden and bright, softened when they met his. "Ryan," she said gently, "come with me. We need to speak." He followed, heart beating faster. He sensed this conversation would be different from any other. Arya led him to a quiet terrace, away from the gardens and the city. The suns were low, casting warm light over them, and a soft breeze brushed past. "Yesterday, I heard what you whispered," Arya began. Ryan froze. His words, spoken quietly in the garden, had reached her. "You said you wished you could marry me." Ryan felt his face flush. I did not mean to. I was just speaking my heart. I did not expect you to hear." Arya smiled softly. "I did hear, and I was not upset. Your honesty is brave. Many would hide their feelings, but you spoke truthfully. That is a quality I admire." Ryan tried to find words, but none seemed enough. "I respect you, Princess. I admire you. I only wish I only wish I could understand you more, and be worthy of your trust. Arya looked at him with curiosity and warmth. Ryan, there is much to understand. Our worlds are different, and our duties are not simple. Interspecies unions are rare and complicated. But your courage and respect matter. That matters more than you know. He listened carefully, feeling hope and fear at the same time. He had never met anyone like her, someone who could see beyond differences and still recognize worth. Can I ask you something? Ryan said quietly. Of course, Arya replied. Do you feel anything for me? Arya's golden eyes met his, steady and thoughtful. Yes. I feel curiosity and trust. I see your bravery, your mind, and your heart. You are different from others, Ryan, and that difference draws me. But we must move carefully. The world watches, and our choices matter to many. Ryan nodded. He understood the challenges but felt a small hope growing inside him. I do not fear challenges, Princess. I only wish to know you, to work with you, to learn and grow together. Arya's smile deepened. Then we will take our time. We will learn about each other. If we are careful and patient, perhaps there is a way. For the first time, Ryan felt a sense of relief. Her words were not rejection, but possibility. They could learn, they could connect, and maybe one day, their bond could grow stronger. Arya led him to a nearby balcony, where the city lights flickered below like stars. She pointed to the gardens and towers. Viralaya is more than a city. It is a place of balance, of knowledge, and of growth. If you wish to be part of it, you must understand not only the land but the hearts of its people. Ryan nodded. I will try. I want to understand, Princess, not just the world, but you. Everything about this place fascinates me, but knowing you matters most. Arya's expression softened. Then we will start slowly. You will learn about our customs, our history, and our ways. And I will learn about yours. We will teach each other. They walked along the terrace, speaking quietly. Arya asked about Earth, its mountains, oceans, and people. Ryan shared stories of human life, of courage, and dreams. He felt the weight of her attention, the focus of her mind, and he realized how rare it was to meet someone who listened so carefully, who respected both words and feelings. As the suns disappeared beyond the horizon, painting the sky in gold and silver hues, Ryan felt a shift in himself. His admiration for Arya had grown into something deeper. He wanted to protect her, to learn with her, and to face whatever challenges the future might bring together. Ryan, Arya said softly, breaking the comfortable silence, your presence here is meaningful. Not because of your title, or your skills alone, but because you show what humans are capable of. Courage, respect, and honesty. These are qualities that inspire. Ryan felt a warmth spread through him. I only want to do what is right, Princess. For you, for your people, for this world. Arya looked at him for a long moment. Then she placed her hand lightly on his arm. Then we will face the days ahead together. Carefully, yes, but together. There is much to learn, and perhaps, in time, more than learning will come. Ryan felt a spark of hope and courage. In that moment, he realized that humans, even from a distant world, could connect deeply with others, build trust, and make a difference. And with Princess Arya, he sensed the possibility of something extraordinary, something that could change both their worlds forever. The night wrapped around them, peaceful and calm. Two beings from different worlds stood together, ready to learn, ready to trust, and ready to see what the future would bring. Ryan woke early the next day, eager to continue learning about Viralaya. He knew that understanding this world would not be easy. The customs were unlike anything on Earth, and even small mistakes could cause confusion. Still, he felt determination. He wanted to show Princess Arya that he could adapt and respect her people. Arya met him in the gardens, where floating platforms carried glowing flowers above the ground. "Good morning, Ryan," she said with a gentle smile. "Today, you will experience our customs more closely. Are you ready?" Ryan nodded. "I will try my best." Their first task was the greeting ceremony. Viralians greeted one another with a series of hand gestures and subtle movements that signaled respect, honor, and trust. Ryan had studied these gestures, but performing them felt strange and awkward. As he extended his hands and bowed slightly, Arya tilted her head and gave a small, approving nod. "You are learning quickly," she said. "Mistakes are natural, but effort matters more." Ryan smiled, feeling encouraged. He realized that effort and respect often mattered more than perfection. He continued practicing, adjusting his movements until they matched the fluidity of the Viralians around him. Next, Arya led him to a Viralien school, where young aliens were learning about the history of their world and the galaxy. Ryan watched as students interacted with holographic maps and simulations. He noticed how quickly they absorbed information, how their minds seemed to work together with the technology around them. "You see, Ryan," Arya explained, "Viralians value learning from a young age. Knowledge is our strength. Understanding history, science, and ethics shapes every choice we make." Ryan nodded. "On Earth, we learn too, but it is not always respected in the same way. Humans admire strength and courage, sometimes more than knowledge." Arya's eyes sparkled. "That is why humans are interesting. You bring different strengths. Courage, creativity, adaptability. These are qualities we can learn from as well." After the school visit, Arya invited Ryan to a cultural banquet. This was different from the formal banquet he had attended before. Here, he would participate fully, using Viralian customs in conversation, eating, and movement. Ryan was nervous. Mistakes could be embarrassing. The first challenge came with the meal. Viralians did not eat as humans did. They consumed glowing nutrient capsules that changed color as they were digested. Ryan held a capsule awkwardly, watching others carefully. He mimicked their actions and swallowed. To his relief, nothing went wrong. "Good," Arya whispered. "Your attention to detail is impressive." Next came the conversation exercise. Viralians spoke with words and subtle gestures at the same time. A single gesture could change the meaning of a sentence. Ryan stumbled several times, accidentally signaling confusion when he meant agreement. Arya gently corrected him each time, her patience unwavering. "You are learning," she said softly. "That is more important than speaking perfectly." Ryan realized that adaptation required humility. He could not rely on speed or strength alone, he had to observe, listen, and adjust. By the end of the day, he could perform the gestures with more confidence and understood the meaning behind many phrases. He felt proud, not for mastering the customs perfectly, but for showing effort and respect. In the evening, Arya and Ryan walked through the palace gardens. The glowing plants reflected in the water of the fountains, creating colors he had never seen on Earth. Ryan spoke quietly. "I feel that every day I spend here, I learn not only about Viralia but about myself. Humans think we are small, but I feel that courage and curiosity can make a difference." Arya smiled, her golden eyes gentle. "You are right. Strength is not only in size or power. It is in heart, mind, and the willingness to grow. You show qualities that are rare. That is why I admire you, Ryan." Ryan felt his chest warm. He had worked to understand her world, to adapt and respect the Viralians, and she noticed. It gave him hope. He realized that humans, though physically smaller and less advanced in some ways, had the ability to connect, inspire, and learn quickly. "Thank you, Princess," he said softly. "I will continue to learn, and I hope to prove that humans can be trusted allies and friends to your people." Arya's smile widened. "I know you will. and we will learn from each other, step by step. Patience, effort, and respect will guide us. That is the beginning of trust, and perhaps, of something more. Ryan looked at her and felt a sense of purpose. He knew that challenges would come, both from cultural differences and from external threats. But he also knew that with patience, courage, and connection, humans could make a difference. And with Princess Arya by his side, he felt that anything was possible. The sun set behind the palace towers, bathing the gardens in soft light. Ryan took a deep breath. The journey had only begun, but he had learned an important truth: humans could thrive anywhere if they embraced curiosity, respect, and courage. And Ryan was ready for the days ahead, ready to learn, ready to adapt, and ready to face whatever challenges came with Princess Arya. The sky over Viralaya was clear and calm, but Ryan sensed something unusual. The air carried a low hum, different from the normal rhythm of the city. From the palace tower, he watched distant stars flicker strangely, and a feeling of unease grew inside him. Princess Arya appeared at his side, her golden eyes sharp. "Ryan, something approaches," she said quietly. "Sensors detect vessels from outside our system. Their intent is unclear, but they move with precision and strength." Ryan stepped closer to the holographic display, studying the incoming fleet. The ships were large and armed with advanced energy weapons. "They look ready for war," he said. "If they reach the city, there could be heavy damage." Arya nodded. "We cannot allow that. We must protect Viralaya. Your experience in strategy could help us." Ryan felt the familiar surge of determination. Humans had faced countless dangers in space, and he had trained for crises. Yet this was different. These ships were more powerful than anything he had seen. Still, he refused to show fear. Together, they moved to the command center. Viralian officers and guards were already in position, coordinating defenses. Ryan quickly shared his observations, suggesting tactics that relied on speed, unpredictability, and careful use of energy barriers. Arya listened carefully, adjusting his ideas to fit Viralian technology and culture. "The humans have a different way of thinking," Arya said aloud to the council. "We can combine their tactics with our strength. We must act quickly." Ryan felt a mix of excitement and focus. This was his moment to show the value of human ingenuity. He proposed a formation that would protect the city while dividing the enemy fleet into smaller groups. Arya approved the plan and took command, her voice clear and commanding as she gave orders. The battle began. Energy beams flashed across the sky, striking rogue vessels with precision. Ryan observed the enemy's patterns, identifying weak points in their formation. He relayed instructions to Arya, who directed the fleet with skill and confidence. Together, human strategy and Viralian technology moved as one. Ryan's heart pounded as ships collided and sparks lit the darkening sky. He noticed civilians taking cover below and felt the urgency of every decision. Arya's calm presence steadied him. "Focus on what we can control," she said. "Do not fear what is beyond our reach." The enemy tried to outmaneuver them, but Ryan's suggestions predicted their moves. Viralian ships adjusted instantly, protecting the city while engaging the invaders. At one point, a large vessel broke through the initial defenses. Ryan quickly devised a maneuver to trap it between two energy barriers. Arya directed the fleet to follow his plan. The vessel was immobilized and forced to retreat. "Your human insight saved the city," Arya said quietly, standing beside him on the observation deck. "You think differently, and that is why you are valuable. Not just as a guest, but as a partner in defense." Ryan felt pride and warmth. "I could not have done it without you. Your leadership inspires everyone to act with courage." The battle continued for hours. Ryan and Arya worked together, coordinating humans and Viralians alike. Every tactic combined their strengths. Citizens cheered from safe zones as rogue ships were driven back. By the time the final vessels retreated, the city had survived without major damage. When the sky cleared, the suns reflected off the palace walls, casting long golden and silver beams. Ryan and Arya stood together, exhausted but relieved. The citizens of Viralaya came forward, applauding and expressing gratitude. Ryan realized that humans, though smaller in number and physical strength, could make a significant difference when using intelligence, courage, and strategy. Arya turned to him, her eyes soft with admiration. You see, Ryan, humans have qualities that inspire. Your courage and mind showed that even beings from other worlds can protect and lead. That is why I respect you. Ryan felt his chest swell with pride. He had come to Viralaya as an observer, but he left the battle as a hero in the eyes of the people and the princess. He understood that strength was not only physical, it was in the mind, the heart, and the willingness to act when others hesitated. Later, as night fell, Arya invited Ryan to the palace gardens. The plants glowed softly, and the air hummed with calm energy. You have proven yourself today, she said gently. Not only in battle, but in character. That is what matters most to Viralaya. Ryan looked at her, his golden eyes reflecting the soft light. I only did what I could. You taught me to trust myself, and your guidance made the difference. Arya smiled. Then together, we are stronger. Perhaps humans and Viralians can face many challenges if we work as one. Today was proof. Ryan realized that her words were more than praise. They were a promise, a vision of what humans and Viralians could achieve together. In that moment, he felt a deep connection not only with Arya but with the planet and its people. Humans, he thought, could make a difference anywhere, even among the stars. The sun set fully, leaving a soft glow on the city. Ryan stood beside Arya, ready to face whatever the galaxy might bring next. He understood that courage, respect, and teamwork were the true strength of any species. And with Princess Arya by his side, he felt certain that the future held hope, adventure, and perhaps something even greater. The battle was over, and Viralaya was at peace. The city shimmered under the twin suns, reflecting calm and hope. Citizens returned to their daily routines, smiling and grateful. Ryan walked through the palace gardens, his heart light but thoughtful. The events of the past days had changed him. He was no longer just a visitor or observer. He was part of something bigger. Princess Arya joined him quietly. Her golden eyes reflected both pride and warmth. Ryan, your actions have shown everyone what humans are capable of, she said. Your courage, your mind, and your heart have made a difference. You inspire not only me but all of Viralaya. Ryan smiled, feeling a deep sense of honor. I only did what I could. You guided me, Princess. Your leadership made everything possible. Arya looked at him, her expression softening. And yet, you faced challenges bravely, even when you were uncertain. That is what matters. That is what humans bring to the galaxy, strength beyond power. Ryan felt warmth spread through him. He had worked to understand this world, to adapt to its culture, and to protect its people. Now, standing beside Arya, he realized that human courage and curiosity could bridge even the greatest differences. In the days that followed, Ryan continued to learn Viralian customs and traditions. He studied the floating gardens, the language, and the history of the planet. Arya guided him with patience, answering questions and explaining subtle details that no book could convey. Each lesson brought them closer, deepening their trust and friendship. One evening, as the twin suns dipped low, Arya invited Ryan to a special terrace overlooking the city. The glowing plants cast soft reflections, and the air carried a gentle hum of life. Ryan felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. He did not know what to expect, but he trusted her. Ryan, Arya began, her voice calm but serious, the council has discussed the events of the battle and your role in defending Viralaya. They recognize your value not only as a visitor but as a partner and friend. Your actions have opened new possibilities for our worlds. Ryan felt a surge of hope. He had come to Viralaya to learn, but now he sensed something deeper forming. Princess, I want to do more. I want to help your people, to continue learning, and to stand beside you if needed. Arya smiled, a golden glow in her eyes. You already have, Ryan. And I hope that your presence will continue to bring trust and unity between humans and Viralians. Perhaps our connection can grow even further, with time, patience, and understanding. Ryan's heart raced. He felt that this was more than friendship. He wanted to tell her how much he admired her, how much he cared, but he waited for her to lead the moment. Ryan, Arya said softly, you have shown qualities that are rare. Courage, honesty, respect, and curiosity. You have proven that humans are capable of more than many believe. I wish to be with someone who values these qualities. I wish to choose someone not only as an ally but as a partner. Ryan's eyes widened. His heart lifted with joy and hope. Princess, Arya placed her hand lightly on his arm, stopping him gently. We must move carefully, but I wish to take this path together. If you are willing, I would like us to explore this bond, not only as friends but as partners, learning and growing together. Ryan felt tears of happiness threaten to appear. I am willing, Princess. I will learn, I will respect, and I will stand with you in every way I can. Arya smiled, a golden warmth surrounding her. Then let this be a new beginning. Not just for us, but for our peoples. Humans and Viralians can learn, protect, and grow together. Today, we show that courage, trust, and respect can build bridges across worlds. The two of them stood together, looking out at the city. Citizens below cheered softly, unaware of the quiet promise made above. The twin suns reflected off the palace towers, casting golden and silver light that seemed to bless this new bond. Ryan realized that humans, though small in comparison to many alien species, could achieve extraordinary things. Through courage, intelligence, and the willingness to connect with others, humans could inspire, protect, and unite. And with Princess Arya by his side, he felt that anything was possible. That night, as the stars appeared above Viralaya, Ryan and Arya walked together through the glowing gardens. They spoke of hopes, dreams, and plans for the future. Every word, every gesture, strengthened the connection that had begun with trust and respect and had grown through shared challenges and understanding. For the first time, Ryan felt at home among the stars. Not on Earth, but here, with Arya and the people of Viralaya, he understood the true meaning of human potential. Humans could thrive anywhere, build bonds with other worlds, and change destinies with courage and heart. And so, a human and an alien princess stood together, ready to face the future. Together, they would learn, protect, and grow. Together, they would show that hope, respect, and courage could unite worlds. This was more than a story of diplomacy or adventure. This was the beginning of something extraordinary. A new chapter for humans and Viralians. A story of trust, bravery, and the power of connection. Ryan took a deep breath, looking at Arya. The future is ours to shape, he said. Arya nodded, her golden eyes shining. And we will shape it together.